drei, zwei, gewalt, Aku. That is Aku from the excellent cartoon Samurai Jack. Now, while I've never met the actor that plays Aku, I have met the actor that plays Samurai Jack. And nice guy. You probably seen him on Mad TV and numerous movies and other TV shows. And God forbid I actually remember the man's name. I think it's something Lamar, but I can't be sure. That's right. A black man playing a cartoon Japanese samurai. Anyways, welcome back once again to Joe the Shirts Off the Cuff. You may have noticed that I'm still wearing the same clothes from the last show. The reason for that being, of course, that, well, the last show is only 20 minutes long. I mean, normally I would do like a 30-minute show a day, but Facebook only lets me put on 20 minutes at a time, which means that I have to break the show up a little bit so I can get more out there. And you guys get to benefit. You know, you get more show. This equals out to 10 more minutes of show than the old show, and of course now you have video on top of that. Now you understand, for me this is a little difficult for me because I'm trying desperately not to look at my own image in the computer, but trying to look at the camera. Anyway, what is going on with the world today? Once again, I am Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff. This is the Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff show. Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff, right here in beautiful Man Cave Studios. Not a true man cave, mind you, because this is all my crap in the back here. You got the Joker there, my dartboard. That's from the anime cartoon Appleseed. Over here is my Halloween costume, and over there is my desk and the TV where I play video games on and all my shit. That's the man cave part of the office here. The other part of the man cave is actually a real office where my girlfriend does a lot of her work, and her space looks very, very, very different. We're not going to show you that because that's not man cave stuff. Actually, the whole man cave concept is really blown up a lot in the last few years. I mean, I keep seeing references to it on TV and movies. I just saw one on the TV show Bones a couple of nights ago, where Booth, played by Dave Boreanaz, he's now hooked up with the main character, and they're having a baby together. And one of the things he wants in their home together is a man cave. And I can relate to that. I got a buddy of mine, very funny gentleman by the name of David Nystrom, who we will have as a guest here, either on the phone or live here at the Man Cave Studios for Joe the Shirts Off the Cuff. Am I plugging myself enough, do you think? But Dave will be here hopefully soon. And he recently moved into a new house with his lovely wife and 2 children. And he converted his entire garage into a man cave. I know, I've been there. There is a bar, there is mini fridges, there is TV that plays nothing but like hockey all day long. And this is because Dave's Canadian, that's all that Canadians ever watch. That and hockey movies like Slapshot and The Mighty Ducks and shit like that. Oh, and Bloodsport. Gotta watch Bloodsport. Great movie. But the man cave, I mean, he set it up like there's a bar, there's a beer, there's a fridge, there's a TV. There's a foosball, there's a poker table there, a little electrified fence to keep his kids out, No electrified fence. I'm sure Dave's wife would kill him, which is pretty interesting feat considering she's like a pocket person. She's like 5 feet tall. She's a little itty-bitty, dainty little thing, and Dave's 6'5". He's probably the biggest Canadian I've ever seen in my life. Coke. Hey, your advertising dollars right here, Coke. Watch, now people are going to watch this and they're going to go, Joe the Shirt drinks Coke. I'm drinking Coke. And Coke sales will go through the toilet. What is going on in the news today? Aha! This is a good story, I thought. Atheist soldiers seek their place in the military. Apparently, a small movement claims bias and wants to put on par with recognized religions. Okay, let's think about that for a second. Due to bias, atheists want to be recognized in the military with other religions. Okay, before I just get to the obvious in here, let's just read a little bit of the story for you. Captain Ryan Jean wanted to perform well on an Army psychological evaluation. Well, don't we all? But he also wanted to answer the questions honestly. We all don't want to do that, no. So when he was asked whether he believed his life had a lasting purpose, Jean, an atheist, much like myself, saw no choice but to say, nah. According to Jean, this won him a trip to see the post chaplain who berated him for him and his lack of faith. He said that he basically told him that if I didn't get right with God, then I was worthless. That if you don't believe in Jesus, then why are you in uniform? Because this is God's army and I should resign my commission in order to stop disgracing the military. Now, last time I checked, military is a government agency, or agencies, whether you're in the Army, the Marines, the Air Force, the Navy, the Coast Guard, whatever it is you're in the military, this is a government thing, and church and state are separate. So, anyway. Now, according to Jean, 28, experienced this confrontation about 3 years ago while serving in Kuwait. Let's see, he seeks Army recognition as a humanist lay leader on par with Christians, Jewish, and Muslim lay leaders who help military chaplains minister to the troops. Okay, so a lay leader basically is a person who, while not necessarily a priest or rabbi or imam, is, for those of you who are wondering about what imam is, that refers to Islamic and Muslim religions, he wants there to be an atheist lay leader or lay leaders that can minister to atheists. I'm not gonna jump the gun here. I'm gonna finish the story here. Okay. Now apparently, let's see. He says here that Jean is one of as many as a dozen atheists throughout the U.S. military in the process of applying for the status which they and their supporters see as necessary to secure for non-believers the acceptance and support that they say Christians in uniform take for granted. It says that, see this as a recognition of lay leaders as a step toward the appointment of non-believing chaplains who be responsible, like a priest, minister, rabbis, or imams in uniform, for responding to the spiritual needs of service members. Atheist lay leaders to take care of spiritual needs of non-believers, atheist. I'm going to finish this. They've yet to approve an atheist lay leader of the military. Let's see, a spokeswoman for Fort Meade, Mary Doyle, said atheists seeking a lay leader status face a high mountain to climb. The group that they want to be a lay leader for would have to be considered to be a recognized religious or organization. Okay, we're almost done here. I'm biting my tongue here. The military does not recognize atheists or humanists as members of organized religion. Atheists, in case you didn't know, do not believe in God. Humanists typically are non-believers who find meaning in ideas about community, science, and human potential. The two groups overlap quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to do it here. Okay, first of all, yeah, I think it's ridiculous that the military goes around insisting that its soldiers have some sort of religious faith of any kind. I mean, it's not a law. It's not a rule. You can be an atheist and be in the military. But then the military feels okay to exclude you or be prejudiced against you because you don't have faith. Obviously, if you're going to be in the military, the best thing you can do is be white Anglo-Saxon, Protestant, some sort of Christian. After that, they'll take Catholics if necessary, you know, Presbyterians. Oh yeah, sure, they'll take a Jew. They'll take Jews. They'll probably take Jews before they take Muslims, you know. But not before Buddhists. They'll take a Buddhist before they take a Muslim, which would be an interesting Buddhist in the military, which you don't really see that too often. But but there you go. Actually, what I would love to see is people that believe in karma in the military. I mean, those would be the best soldiers in the world, you know. Send them out into the battle. Hey, it doesn't matter if you die, you'll be back. So, all right, you know, it's ridiculous, you know, that military leaders will expect you to have some sort of religious belief to serve in a function that involves killing other human beings. I would think that an atheist would be a much better person to have in your army. It's like, you know, don't have that whole God guilt stopping you from doing your job. But, you know, I also think it's ridiculous that any atheist would want official recognition of their lack of faith recognized as a religion in and of itself, which, of course, is ridiculous. It goes against anything that an atheist is. Now, I know why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want the same rights and privileges and opportunities as people of faith. And that's great, but I don't think that changing what an atheist is what you want to do. I think really the military, what they have to do is just really accept the fact that you know, church and state are separate. You're in the military and you're religious, but you know, while you're there, your job, which is serving the military, should come first. Be that in the field, in battle, or when it comes to giving out promotions. You know, you have to ignore that somebody is a Christian or Islamic or a Buddhist or a Hindu or a Shintoist, you know, or an atheist, you know, or an agnostic, or one of these pussy-ass humanists. People that go around seeing meaning in every fucking thing they see in life. Anyway, according to this, you know, military has been embedding religion in their military culture for a long time. As a matter of fact, let's see, up until the 1970s, the service academies required cadets to attend chapel services. Whether or not you were religious, whether or not you were of that religion, hey, gotta go to chapel, but I'm Jewish. Get your ass to the fucking chapel. But not that atheists are a huge community in the military. According to this, fewer than 10,000 of the 1.4 million active duty members of the armed forces identify themselves as atheists or agnostics, though the atheists believe that there's as many as 285,000 in the military who have no religious preferences, but they just don't go around saying that they're atheist. Let's see, and when it comes to the larger message of the chaplaincy in the military, this is what we have a little quote here by Gene, Captain Ryan Gene here. It shows that we're not going to be silent and go away, he says. It shows that we are a community with real needs. It shows that the chaplaincy, by its very nature, is not meeting those needs. And as a matter of fact, they actually have a picture here of Army Captain Ryan Gene. That says that he didn't belong to God's army. Now, there you go. You see him all right? There we go. There he is right there. That's the guy that is making the big stink there. And good for him. You know, obviously I don't think that you should be in any way discriminated for your beliefs or lack thereof. But, so the atheist chaplains. Well, you know what? It sounds ridiculous. And it isn't, and it is, because, I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm an atheist, but I am also an ordained minister. It's absolutely 100% true. I'm an ordained minister of the Hawaii Cannabis Church. My religion, or lack thereof, pretty much requires me to, its main tenet is that marijuana be used in all religious rituals and rites. It's amazing how faithful I am, really, and devoted, like crazy, every day even. God, I pray like every day. But but I did it as a goof, so I could be, Reverend Joe, but that's one of the beautiful things about this country is that even an atheist like myself can be a minister. I can perform marriages, baptismals, funerals, perfectly legal. So if you guys out there, if anybody's looking to get married or somebody close to you kicks off or you need a baptism, hey, I'm your dude. I'm willing. Just, provide the weed or provide me with enough money to buy some good shit and I'll be by. Wow, we're running out of time on the quick side. Let's go with a little entertainment news. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with who Ricky Gervais is, and if you don't know who he is, well, really, what kind of fucking rock have you been living under? Anyway, this is Ricky Gervais. Now, for the last 2 years, he has hosted the Golden Globe Awards, which are typically speaking a very uptight group. As a matter of fact, what happened was last year when Ricky hosted it, he really went after a lot of people in Hollywood, and he was the hooks where he's digging into them, not just at big time stars here in Hollywood, but also the Golden Globes themselves. Now the first year that he hosted, he was described as being rather bland, and the people that run the Golden Globes told him, "Hey, you know what? Have some fun, spice it up a bit." And then he did with such gems. Let's see. There's some quotes from Ricky Gervais. It seemed like everything was three-dimensional this year, except for the characters in The Tourist, which was a dig over Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp, which starred in that movie, who joked that the nominations were the byproduct of bribery. Johnny Depp did not seem amused. Another quick one from Ricky. I Love You, Philip Morris, movie you may have heard of. A movie in which two heterosexual men play two gay men, so it's the opposite of some famous Scientologists. And in case you didn't know who we're talking about Tom Cruise and John Travolta. I'm not saying they're gay. I'm just saying nobody believes they fuck women. He also went after Robert Downey Jr. with a reference to Betty Ford. In reference also to the character Iron Man, who battles drug addiction and served time in prison. Smiles at the audience and said, and aside from the fact that it's been unusually mean-spirited with mildly sinister undertones, I'd say the vibe of the show is pretty good. Making jokes about Robert Downey Jr. Which I gotta tell you, I thought that the fact that Robert Downey Jr. was an alcoholic drug addict made him perfect for the character of Iron Man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you obviously are not nerd enough. And finally, in response to all this, some of the folks in the HFPA, the people that run the Golden Globes, have said if they brought back Ricky, they know that they could have a face of backlash from some people in Hollywood. Those tentative Hollywood bastards. But if they didn't bring him back, they look like they don't have a sense of humor. Well, you know what? They probably fucking don't. Anyway, oh my god, the 20 minutes just go by so fast. But thank you for listening. I'm Joe the Shirt. I've been off the cuff, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm just going to sit here for a second. I got stuff to watch on the monitor here. Make sure things work out okay.